Cowboys, Jets preview. Injury report came out. Dun, dun, dun. See, this is what we need the button right here. I can hit the button. I go dun, dun, dun. Or have like that SUV music, like that cold music. We got to get the button. Injury report come out. Dun, dun, dun. Zach Martin, the president. If you looked up the word consistency, you see a picture of Zach Martin on the injury report with a groin injury. Now, Mike McCarthy came out and he said Zach Martin had every rep in practice today. What most people don't know about Friday practices in the Cowboy country is they're usually a walkthrough. They're not fast practices. Mike likes to do it in reverse. Most teams used to call this a fast Friday. You get out there, you get active, you move around, fast Friday, and then Saturday's your walkthrough. Well, Mike does it in reverse. Mike does the walkthrough on Friday and then the fast Saturday to ramp you up to get ready to go for the game. So to hear that Zach Martin had every rep in practice today, to me, says, oh, well, it's a walkthrough. And that's to be concerning. A groin for that guy in that position, when you're talking about how he has to use everything about an offensive lineman is you're talking about feet and hands, feet and hands, feet and hands. Well, what's connected to the feet to make the feet so good is it's being able to lock out those hips and lock out that groin area to be able to. Quentin Williams, 305 pounds. We ain't talking about him blocking a safety or DB. No, he has to block another 300-pound monster. So that's very, very concerning to me. Tyler Smith is still doubtful. Anytime that you are doubtful on a Friday, in the words of my good friend Bobby Belt, that's when you need to start finding scriptures about healing and the power of healing, because that person's probably not going to play. So now you're talking about Tyler Smith, your left guard, Zach Martin, your right guard, potentially both being out of this game, or one being out and one being hampered in the game. That won't bode well for the Dallas Cowboys offensive line, because the Jets' strength is their defensive line. They have a all-world player in Quentin Williams, and they have a rotation. They don't blitz many guys. They don't bring a lot of pressure. 4 down linemen. They like to create pressure with that. Quentin Williams does a good job with that. So not having either both of those guys in the game or one of those guys in the game and the other guy being hampered, that might be a little bit of an issue. But we'll see. Brandon Cooks as well. Little knee issue. Worked on the side today in the rehab group. We'll hear more about what he can do tomorrow or before game time. So it's pretty interesting. This is a pretty interesting outlook on the Cowboys. I still think the Cowboys are an overall better football team because the Jets are led by Zach Wilson right now. Thank God Aaron Rodgers is not coming to town. Talk about somebody that had a heartburn. That would give me heartburn knowing that my two starting guards might be out and Aaron Rodgers is coming to town. But that's why they play the game. And if the Cowboys are going to win this game, it's going to rely heavily on their defense. Micah Parsons and company. They were asking, Coach Saleh and some of the other staff for the New York Jets, and they were talking about Micah Parsons, and they're just like, yeah, he's coming. We know it. They know it. Everyone knows it. And there's really nothing that you can do. They even worked Micah Parsons today getting triple teamed because that's what they think teams will begin to do with him. Just triple team him. We have to eliminate him by any means necessary because he can wreck a game by himself. He's that good of a player. So they have to know that the Jets are lining up in 12 personnel a lot. A whole lot. 12 personnel, for those that don't know, let me break it down to you right quick. 12 personnel means one back. Think 5. Okay? Think 5 when you start hearing personnel numbers, right? When you hear 10, 11 personnel, 12 personnel, 21 personnel, 13 personnel. Think 5. The number will equal to 5. Okay? The number that's left will always be receivers. So when I say 12 personnel, I'm talking about being one back, 2 tight ends. Okay? So that's how they're going to do this a lot. 1 back, 2 tight ends. And they're going to be in 12 a lot. They're going to be in 13 a lot. They're going to have 3 tight ends. They want that to be a heavy run formation. They want to have as many blockers as they possibly can. So when I say equals 5, 1 back, 2 tight ends, that's 3. The leftover are 2. 2 receivers will be left over. 13 personnel, 1 back, 3 tight ends. That's 4. 1 left over makes 5, 1 receiver out there. 21 personnel, 2 backs, 1 tight end, 2 receivers. 10 personnel, 1 back, 4 wide receivers. That's how it works. 0-1 personnel or 0-0 personnel, it can be 4 receivers and a tight end, or however you want to break it down like that. But the Jets realize that they just can't get blocking done with their 5 down linemen, so they're going to add the other 2 tight ends in there to create more blocking lanes, to create more guys. What's going to be paramount for the Cowboys is it won't be Micah Parsons, it won't be Tank Lawrence. It's going to be guys like Jaron Kearse. It's going to be guys like Wanye Thomas. It's going to be guys like Marquise Bell, Stephon Gilmore, Deron Bland, and of course you, yes, you, Trayvon Diggs, will have to make tackles in this game. Breece Hall and Dalvin Cook will be coming. They're going to try to create lanes and creases, and what's going to happen is they always talk about running backs. Hey, running back, you got to make one guy miss. We're going to block up all the big guys, but now when you get to the second level, you have to make that nickel, that big nickel, that down safety, or one of those corners, you got to make that guy miss. And a lot of times, teams, especially running backs, they say, you know what? If it's me and a linebacker, there's a 50-50 chance we can make this, we can rumble. But when it's me and the safety, or me and the nickel, or me and the cornerback, running backs are looking to win that battle, and the coach of the running back is looking for him to win that battle more often than not. So it's going to be imperative that those guys, the DB types on this Cowboys defense, you're going to have to bring your hard hat and your lunch pail, because it's going to be a workload. They ran the ball 30 plus times the other night against the Bills. They're going to probably try to do that again against the Cowboys. Keep the ball out of Zach Wilson's hands and not allowing him have to try to make hero plays. If they can get to 3rd downs and that 3rd down is kind of manageable, that's great for Zach Wilson. They don't want to have him pass the ball 25, 30 times in this game. That falls right into the hands of the Micah Parsons problem. Shout out to Baldy for the MPP reference. But this will be another fun one. The Cowboys have to make plays at every turn offensively. Whether Dak Prescott has his 2 guards, has one of his guards, or 1.5 of the guards, Brandon Cooks or not, these are the times when you look for a guy like Dak Prescott and you say, okay, when you're down a few, when you're limited in areas, can you make up? Are you gap coverage? Are you Aflac? Can you make up the insurance part of this in between what we don't have covered? That's when you get put in that elite category. That's when you want to be able to say, can we win because of you, not in spite of you? Can we win in the fact of the matter is we may not have our second wide receiver. We may be down 2 guards. Does it make a difference for you? I've seen Dak Prescott do that many times. The world that we live in today, the game that we play today, the nature of the beast today is what have you done for me lately? So despite you may have had these moments prior to, will you be able to have these moments today? That's going to always be the thing when it comes to who Dak Prescott is. He won't get the benefit of the doubt until he does it. They're going to give Patrick Mahomes the benefit of the doubt. They're going to give other guys the benefit of the doubt because of maybe their playoff history or maybe their Super Bowl winning. But Dak, since you don't have that, you're going to have to show up and show out every single time that you're on the field, especially when your guys are down. The Cowboys have to want Zach Wilson to win this game. They want to put the ball in the hand of Zach Wilson. They want to make the Jets one-dimensional. I have zero faith in Zach Wilson can beat this football team on his own shoulders. Not a chance. Not a chance. I'm willing to bet life insurance money. My life insurance money. And this game had to come down to Zach Wilson making 7 or 8 throws. My family will be good when I'm dead. If it was Aaron Rodgers, I'm not making that bet. But I'm willing to bet the house and the life insurance money that if this game is put on the shoulders of Zach Wilson, it's going to be an easy victory for the Cowboys. So defenders have to make sure that they tackle. They have to make sure that they have to push this thing back into the lap and say, all right, Zach, y'all can't run the ball. You have no choice now but to pass. Offensively, make plays at every turn. You get these guys down 14 points, it becomes the Zach Wilson show. And then now it's a sack party for Michael Parsons and the company, and they're doing this. They're rubbing their stomach because the Lions are going to eat. They're going to hunt. Do I think this game is going to be another 40-0 blowout? I don't. Shout out to all the Cowboy fans who are looking for the 40 burger. I'm not saying it won't happen. This is a really good Jets defense. But like I said before, 40-0, that doesn't happen in if it happens once in the league in a year, that's probably at all. That's probably it. This isn't college football. You don't beat jokers 40-0. You know, that's why you never see Vegas have these odds in the NFL. It's always 2 points, 3. You know, if you lose a quarterback, like in the week of the game, it might jump up to 8. But it's never this large margin of like you see in college. Like I think, what's Colorado, 27-point favorites? We'll get into that. Because this episode 12 today, is sponsored by Spicy. There's not a real sponsor, but there's a lot of spiciness that's happening in episode 12 today. Just so y'all know.
24 points.
Colorado 24 points. I don't think there's ever been a 24-point NFL. It's a lot. That's a lot. I don't want to start making guarantees, but that's a lot for 24 in the NFL. Not many. Vegas would probably lose a lot of money with that one because everybody's going to take the under on that one. 2013.
Broncos, Jaguars, 28 points. Highest ever.
It must have been a bunch of guys hurt. Peyton Manning was a quarterback. No, it was he said 20 what?
13.
So that was Peyton Manning, right?
I think it's Tebow or I'm looking it up right now.
You said Broncos.
Broncos, Jaguars.
Whew. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's a lot. That must have been a lot of injuries happening in that game.
That's a rare one.
Yeah, definitely a rare one. But my prediction for this game, I don't think a 40 burger. Sorry. I don't think a 40 burger, but I'm thinking 24-ish. 24-ish to 9 sounds. That's what I feel. I feel 24-ish, 23, 26, 27. I'm in that area of the 24 to 9. Victory for the Cowboys. They move to 2-0. Then they get ready for a practice game next week against the Arizona tanking Cardinals. Tanking for Caleb. Not mad at you, Arizona. Caleb's a good prospect, man. Oof. But that's how I feel about this game. This will be another opportunity for the Cowboys to display their offense. I'm excited about that. I told you I felt like Mike McCarthy was like this. After the Giants game, the weather was bad. They're up 19-0. Mike's like this. ISO. I got him. I'm gonna pull it back. The weather's not. We don't really need it. But he's like this. He's ready to get into his DeWalt bag. Like, he's ready to get into his bag. I can just see it. I saw the way he was trying to dial plays up and Holley was designing to set him up for later on in the game. Fast surface, be at home. Atmosphere should be good. Cowboy fans, you should be coming to cheer. First home game of the year. Get juiced up. Get your pregame on. You can check me out. I'll be doing the pregame show with A to Z Sports. My guy, Skywalker Steele. We get that thing going about an hour or so before kickoff. Catch us on YouTube as well, A to Z Sports Dallas. I'm all over. I'm outside. But yeah, I'm thinking 24-9. Cowboys win over the New York Football Jets, and we move on after that. We'll recap this game next week, most definitely. And I hope I'm on the right side of things. If the Jets win this football game, that's going to be, oof. It's funny because the Jets right now, I love my up north people. I'm a Yankee at heart, in my blood. I'm Jersey to the death. But they're trying to hold on to this hope of that this miracle is going to happen for them. They're trying to hold on to this hope that, this season is not dead. And we're still alive. And we got to play the game. And, dog, Zach Wilson, y'all know what y'all got with him. This thing is, you'll be competitive because of your defense, but you'll look back on this season, you'll just go, man, if we had Aaron, if we had somebody better than Zach, we probably win half of the games that we lost. Because he's just not a smart quarterback.